Welcome back from an ad break. Now we'll be focusing on our section C, which is the essay questions. Remember, it's very important to read the instructions. With section C, the instruction says answer any one of the two questions. There's two essay questions. You then just have to answer only one. Right, question 5, it's your business environment. Right, it starts with a preamble. The business is influenced by many internal and external factors. Management must know how to identify problems and address the issues. So this is your preamble, and then write a detailed report on the following aspects. Right, elaborate on the meaning of the market environment. This is number 1. Discuss 5 components of the macro environment. This is your second subheading. Explain the reasons why the macro environment can be a challenge to businesses. This is your third subheading. Advise businesses on the interrelationship between the micro, the market, and the macro environment. This is your fourth subheading. Why am I numbering them? I'm not saying you have to number them, but I'm just saying I'm numbering them so that it can assist you when you're answering, because remember, you're going to be given a mark, just 1 mark for writing your 4 subheadings, for answering according to the 4 subheadings that are here. And another thing, when you're doing your introduction and the conclusion must be based on your 4 subheadings. So don't forget the tips that I'm giving you when you are writing your essays. Another tip is that in your introduction, do not repeat information from the preamble. Even your conclusion as well. No words must be repeated in your introduction and conclusion. No words must be taken from the preamble, including your body. So they must not appear anywhere in your essay. So you read them and then that's it. So you're going to starting off with what? With your introduction. Remember, I did say that when you're starting your essay, we start off with an introduction. You greet, basically. So how should your introduction be? It needs to have 2 facts. So your 2 facts can be in 2 points, and each fact, it should be in a sentence, basically. Right, in its own sentence. So we've got our introduction. Somebody can ask, but where and how do I get my introduction? Your introduction, you get it from these 4 subheadings. You cannot speak about what you were not asked to write about or questioned. I hope I'm clear. All right, so our introduction here, you write the word introduction. I hope you can see, very important. The word introduction must appear. Then the first bullet, all businesses, whether big or small, are also influenced by 2 external environments. These are the market environment and the macro environment. Then you get your tick. The second point, the components of these 2 external environments influence the success or failure of the business. I hope you can see we are within the topic. We are not being off topic. We are not being irrelevant, but we're still within the topic. Only 2 points. Then it gives you your 2 marks for your introduction. I hope we are still clear. Then you are done with your introduction. Therefore, you're moving on to to your subheadings now. As you can see, the word body must not appear. We don't want to see the word body. Right. Let's go back here. Elaborate on the meaning of market environment. The term elaborate, it means what? It means to expand or to explain further. Explain further on the meaning of external or in the meaning of the market environment. So the meaning of the market environment, here's your point. The market environment refers to the immediate external components that directly affect the ability of the business to operate. For the business to be successful, it must be able to influence the components in this environment. The action verb was what? Elaborate. So we've elaborated, and we did not write the word elaborate, but you just said meaning of the market environment. This is your first subheading. And then you move on, you're going to have your second subheading, you're going to have your third subheading, and your fourth subheading. Reasons why the macro environment can be a challenge to businesses. Then you explain the reasons. You explain this environment is always changing and therefore leads to challenges for businesses. A change in one of the environments in the macro environment can affect any of the other environments, which will then impact on businesses. Another thing that I'm tipping you, you need to write full sentences to get full marks, especially when you're supposed to be split marking. When we split mark, full sentences, or else if you're going to give us vague sentences, sentences, then you're going to forfeit marks. You'll then get 1 tick instead of getting full marks, being 2 marks maybe in a sentence. I hope you can see the subheadings are there. All right, so subheadings are there, and then obviously when you end your essay, it needs to have a conclusion. I hope we understand. Now we're going to move on to the next question, which is question number 6, the business operations. Don't forget, both topics are assessed, business environment and business operations, but you just choose any of the two. You choose one, you don't answer all. Right? Let's read. Here it says there's a preamble. The importance of management can never be underestimated or ignored, as it is a proven fact that the success of a company entirely depends on how well it is managed. Keeping the above scenario in mind, write a report on the following aspects. Outline 4 management tasks. Number 2, describe the responsibilities of the 3 levels of management. This is number 2. I hope you can see I'm underlining so that you can see that you are given the numbers here, or the points. Yes. Explain the importance of quality of businesses. Number 4, advise businesses on the correlation between the success of the business and management. Don't forget, you need to be relevant. You must not be off or go off topic, rather. 4 subheadings. Your introduction must come from either of the subheadings, either one, 2 rather, of these subtopics. You can speak about the management task. You can speak about the levels of management. You can speak about quality. You can speak about the correlation between the success of the business and management. Any of the 4 can go into your introduction or in your conclusion. Don't forget, 2 facts for your introduction and only 1 fact for your conclusion. But where do you get these facts from? From these 4 subheadings that I spoke about. But bear in mind that those things or those points that you're going to write in your introduction or conclusion must not be repeated in your body when you are answering the question. All right, the importance of quality for businesses. Right, what are the importance? Full sentences, very important. You're writing in full sentence. The quality enables businesses to have a good reputation and promotes brand awareness. Consumers associate the image of the business with the quality of the product. Quality products increase sales, profits, business growth, and attracts prospective investors. And then another subheading, correlation between the success of the business and management. I hope you can see these are the full sentences. Management play an important role in making the correct decisions and motivating employees to be productive. Poor management can result in ineffective employees and loss in productivity. Problems that cannot be solved and decisions that are not made appropriately can lead to a decrease in productivity. So now let's say you are done now with your 4th subheading. So you've answered all the questions and then you have to conclude. So this is your conclusion. Don't forget, the word conclusion must appear. And as it appears, we're only taking 1 point. We need 1 point under your conclusion. So it says here 1 point for 2 marks rather. So any, I'm going to give you 2 marks for 1. And it's either 2 or you don't get anything. So good managers are able to plan properly, organize, lead, and control all the resources in the business. Or you can say quality products make an important contribution to long-term revenue and profitability. I hope you can see that these conclusions, they relate to what? To those 4 subheadings that we saw there as the questions as we started, when we started reading the questions. So it's not like we are introducing new information or we're getting something from somewhere, something that does not even relate to the question that we are doing here in our conclusion. So any of the two yes, and then you get your 2 full marks. I hope you can see how simple it is to do an essay or business studies essay. All right, so we're going to go on to a break, and then when we come back, we'll just wrap up our exam prep. I'll see you just now.